Welcome back to the Charlotte Hornets series. Today we're gonna play some more games. I did download a new playbook. Um, I like a completely new playbook. So this might be a mistake. Might be the best thing we've done in the series so far. Who knows? Um, Last episode I think we played 3 games, and I'm pretty sure we didn't do. I think we went 1-2 in those games, but we got to pick it up. We definitely need to pick it up, get some things going. But let me pull up our series. Yep. So we are 7-8. We lost to Devin Booker. Yep. We beat. This is like J Dub, I think. Yeah, J Dub, Zach Levine. Yeah. Okay. And then we also lost to Cleveland, who has Josh. Yeah, without Anthony Davis. We already beat this team. This was one of I think our better wins of the season. Yeah, right here. Literally a week ago. But if you remember, at the end of the game, Tyrese Maxey had got right knee tendonitis or something like that. I don't remember. Let's see. So he is out. Right knee tendonitis. Still out for another week or two. But this team is good, so they still have a chance. Obviously, they still got the Greek freak right there. Got Jalen Duren, still got CJ, who didn't do much in the first game, but we're starting Herb Jones still. Derek White still coming off the bench. And yeah, let's get to the first game. All right, here we go. Again, don't know how these plays are gonna go, so hopefully they're good. We've obviously got the automatic play calling on. Giannis is Giannis. Is that? They're opening the game with a Jalen Duren 3. Interesting. Let's see how these plays are. I didn't execute that play to the greatest of my abilities. All right. Pick up John Collins. Nope. All right. They score the first basket of the game, but that's okay. Isolation. I really don't like isolation plays unless it's for certain players. I mean, Embiid got past his man twice, but couldn't hit the mid range. And Gary Payton's dunking all over us. Okay. All right. Maybe I should have just removed plays from our old playbook. Who knows? So we got John Collins coming up here for the ball. And then we use the Clay screen, which we really didn't use. Jaw get past. All right. Thank God Jaw's our superstar. Am I right? I might as well put John Gary Payton, right? Because Gary Payton, I'm not worried about. There's only so much Gary Payton is going to be able to do to us. Let's pull it back. Oops, I thought, okay, and I just ruined that whole play by doing that. And he's getting packed. Clay for 3. No good. Yikes. Listen, I know that we traded a lot to get Joel Embiid, Khalil Ware, Derek Jones Jr., Clay for 3. Nope. I might look at options. Joel Embiid is great, and this is my series. It is not supposed to be realistic whatsoever. Granted, we're doing a fantasy draft, so nothing's realistic about it, anyways. But after this game, I might just look to see if there are options. I'm probably not accepting anything today or anytime soon, but I'm gonna probably look. Good job, Clay. So 7-12, we're down, obviously. Over or I should not have gone over. Jalen Duren is going to eat because we're so focused on Giannis. Okay, Derek White's about to come in the game. Fine. Oh, okay. That cancels that play out to John Collins. Clay again. I love all the screen action, I will say. Now, granted, that's a horrible shot, but we had to throw it up. But I like all the screen action. Make the team work. Good block, John Collins. Okay. Yeah, another timeout. Yikes. All right. I really do love when I start to get comfortable with a team, man. And again, I know I'm talking about training Embiid and train Derek White and all that, and that will kind of do the complete opposite. But Embiid is not the type of center. I'm good with the traditional straight up center. Like I would be good with Jalen Duren. I would be good with Robert Williams. I would be good with. I meant for that to hit Herb. Take it, Herb. Oh, Herb 2 for 2 from 3. I think maybe 2 for 3 from 3. But like I've gotten very comfortable playing with Jane Hardy, Nick Richards. Like I would honestly be convinced that I would do more damage or just the same amount of damage with like a Nick Richards, who's our backup. I'm just not good with having my star player being or a star player being a center. It's just not something I'm used to doing. So we might do it for fit reasons. That's such a horrible shot with Giannis on him. And Embiid's so tired. I just can't. I don't know if I can do it, bro. I'm gonna look after this game at trades, I'm telling you. And they're not gonna probably be us getting, let me trade Joel Embiid for LeBron James. It's probably gonna be for a lesser player. Or lesser players. It would probably be, sort of a 2-for-1. Yikes, okay. And I don't know who that is, right? Because it's sometimes it is very hard to find like someone who needs a center. Now, granted, it is one of the better centers in the league when healthy, but I just can't play with him. If I'm being honest, if I looked at his stamina and knew his stamina was like this, I probably wouldn't have even tried to trade for him. So yeah, again, not very realistic, but it's my series, my channel. And I would be completely fine with offloading him if I'm getting something else in return. Klay Thompson, though, rough game for the kid. Over 4, not great. Pick up, please. Jeez. We're getting beat down right now. So they lose Tyrese Maxey and Dennis Schroeder. It's just 13 points, 5 for 5, 3 for 3 from 3. And obviously Giannis is doing his thing. I told you guys Jalen Duren was going to be able to eat in this game. And that's exactly what the centers are doing. We were struggling a little bit here. I mean, Ja really has got to be the guy here because we haven't gotten too much from many people. Ja's got to take it. Sorry, Ja. Everyone's so tired as well, and the half just happened too, so I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'm trying to think in my head while I'm doing this. Like we only have 12 rebounds, but I'm trying to think in my head of like someone that I would be able to trade for, and it wouldn't be me because I'm not trying to add any first round picks. I'm not trying to do any of that if I do a Joel Embiid trade this video. And the more I think about it, the more I do it. And again, you're supposed to have your team, maybe make a couple moves at the deadline. Some teams make a big trade at the deadline, but you shouldn't make a trade 12 games into the season so big but whatever. This isn't a typical series. Again, it's a fantasy draft for a reason. You want to make your own team. If I wanted to do a realistic good things with real teams, then I would be. And you guys will get that eventually. Probably more when this series is over. Which I don't know how long the series is going to go for. Again, I do want to play most, if not all the games. I'm going to say most because we already haven't played a game. That's that Timberwolves game. That's like 158 to 160 or something. I didn't play that one. That's why, I played some of it, but I simulated the rest, and it obviously got to a ridiculous score. It's also a weird lineup. Give me a John Collins screen. Okay, sure. Alley-oop floater, or alley-oop layup, I mean. Hey, if it works, it works. There hasn't been too much to show you guys. I know it says it's a 12-point game, but trust me, it does not feel like a 12-point game. We're definitely looking at some trades. I mean, the most that you guys have missed is that I believe, Herb Jones has had a pretty good game. He's our second leading scorer. He's hit 3 for 5 from 3. I felt pretty confident with him. But I mean, look at their 3 scores almost are higher than our first score. Now that might be because, I mean, nope, they've gotten a lot from people too. But Embiid 1 for 6, just rough. I mean, again, it's a 10-point game, so it's possible, sure. Derek White's had a good game too, actually. Yeah, he's had a good game, but again, so is Herb Jones. So again, as of right now, nothing's changing between those two in that position. Aldama, nope, free throws. It's been a strange game. We're still down 11 with only a minute left, so we're not going to win, but I don't know. This was not a star player game. Ja and Embiid, I mean, especially Embiid. Embiid didn't do too much. Ja didn't do a lot either, but we have been getting destroyed by Jalen Duren, bro. I mean, we've been getting destroyed by these 3 in general. I mean, Clay picked it up, shot 11 threes before simulation, but Ja, we've only had him take 5 shots. Herb Jones, 3 for 7. I don't know, really, really rough game. But after this game, I'm gonna go around the league, tell you guys about my thought process about, who might go where, potential targets, foul, okay, and then we'll kind of see how it works. Maybe we do a trade, maybe we do another game. I don't know what we do for the rest of this video, but we'll get there. Yeah, so 136, 116 is the final score. Giannis ends with almost 30-30 triple-double. I have never been able to stop him. It is insane. Giannis is that guy. Dennis Schroeder, 26 and 12. I mean, and then Duren, 24 and 13, and efficient 24 and 13. Then you go to us. Clay was 8 for 18 from 3. Sure. 34 points. Ja Morant, 20, which I guess is fine when you talk about how many shots he didn't take, really. Aldama had a goodish game. A lot of free throws. Derek White was fine. Herb Jones was fine. John Collins, Embiid, not great. So, yeah. Our next game is versus, this is the Tyler Hero team, but it looks like Tyler Hero got hurt. Again, we're not playing this game right this second. Strained left hip, and then Khalil Ware is out with a pulled left calf muscle. Let's actually look at the injury report across the league. See if we've lost. Okay, so nobody's out for the season. Durant's hurt right now, and AD. Dame's hurt. Maxi's hurt, Kaminga's hurt. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna take a look around the league. First, I'm gonna see if anybody wants Joel Embiid, like is saying it, like there's target list. I'm gonna see if they have if anybody has him on there. And then I'm gonna look at rebuilding teams that need centers and everything like that. Pretty much the only person that's untouchable right now is Ja. I want to say John Collins, but I mean, I guess he's still been fine defensively. Offensively, it's been a struggle, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna take a look around the league, for a Giannis suitor. So nobody wanted Joel Embiid, which I mean I'm not too surprised at. But what we can do now is look for not necessarily rebuilding teams, but teams that are either buying or no, it's either buying, contending, or rebuilding. Pretty much are the only like options. So obviously, I mean, we might look at some contenders because again, we might look for some pieces, but like buying. This is the team we just played. We're not giving them Embiid. We're not giving them Embiid, even though they are 11-6 now, third in the conference or fourth in the conference. Duren would be interesting, but other than that, nothing really. Buying this team's got Sengun, so they wouldn't be interested. This is the team with Anthony Davis, similar to Giannis. I don't think we could just throw Embiid on this team because it would be kind of scary because the AI will know how to use Embiid. I don't. Yeah, I don't know because what is he at? He's averaging 21 and 15, not great splits whatsoever. Been very good defensively, but yeah, we're just gonna have to check it out. So nothing there. This team has LeBron. See, but I still want to be competitive. So as cool as it would be to get a Steph Castle, there's nothing outside of that I'd want. Like there's centers because we also need to think we need a center. We need center, at least an above average center. I'd hope for. Rebuilding team. Brandon Ingram. I don't know how great I would be with Brandon Ingram, but there's not really a center there I would want anyways. This team wants Wemby. You've got Zubac. You've got Risa Shea. This is a young team. Ooh. Well, Zubac is interesting. I'm going to just do it. I don't think we're going to do it because that's a relatively big trade. And I don't know what else I would want because they're not going to give us Risa Shea. They're probably not going to give us McCain. And I don't know if there's anything else there I'd want. This team's got Jokic, so they probably wouldn't be interested. Julius Randle's interesting, though. But you also got to think about who's on our team already. John Collins, which I don't have plans of moving at the moment. So this is the team with Amen. This is the team with Amen Thompson, who we do want. Obviously, Amen is not a center. I wouldn't even run him at the 4. He would probably be a 2 or a 3 for us. So weird. They got like so many former All-Star, like former All-Star, former All-Star, former All-Star, former All-Star, former All-Star. Interesting. This is us, obviously. Rebuilding team, Trae Young, we don't want. Jalen Green. And it's also kind of rough to already have the point guard that you want. And obviously, Ja's not playing the 2, and nobody like Trae Young is playing the 2 either. So it's kind of hard in that sense. But Tari Eason, no. Okongwu, I'm not interested in. This team's got Cat. Excuse me. Jaden Ivey, no. This team is all beat up. They got Benedict Mathurin, who's someone I feel like I would be interested in, not for this trade necessarily, but just to have kind of in general. Colin Sexton's not bad either. What's he shooting from three? 32% from three. We also already have a small guard in Ja, so that won't do, even though they are rebuilding. Contending, this team is super expensive. Wow. De'Aaron Fox, Paul George, and Tatum. This team has Robert Williams. Paul George, I don't think I would be able to do anything with. And we also got to think about the money aspect because Embiid makes a hell of a lot of money. Robert Williams, bro. Like, I would be able to dominate with Robert Williams, but the thing is, like, do we want to trade Embiid for Robert Williams and Paul George? Probably not. Although Mikal Bridges, I don't know. Maybe that's a team we come back to. This team's got a SAR. Sabonis, no. I also, another kind of player I want is, I would wonder how Josh Hart would be on this team. Zach LaVine would be interesting to throw at the 2, help with some offense. He's averaging 21 on very good splits. I'm interested. Maybe like LaVine and Derek Lively or Claxton. I'm interested. I'm interested for sure, actually. This team, hard-hitted Gobert on the same team. Jabari Smith, interesting. Scotty Barnes. No, I'm gonna go through these last few teams and I'll come back with what I've decided. I know you guys are probably yelling at your screen saying, just see what are you in the trade finder. So here I'm gonna show you the trade finder. I peeked at it, but like, no, I wouldn't want this trade, even though Gafford is not a horrible option. But again, I feel like I can just go get Gafford. He's also only averaging 48% from the field as a center who doesn't shoot threes. So, Sengun, I'm not interested in. If I'm not good with Embiid, I'm not going to be good with Sengun. No. This trade, you guys would be like, that's probably a pretty obvious trade to do. But I don't want to pair John Jaren back up. Again, Zubac. Zubac is interesting. It really is. So that's not out of the world of possibility. I don't want Rudy. I don't want Jimmy's big ass contract. That's just not the value. Klingon's but I don't want Garland. I don't need those two. I looked at Jared Allen and it's possible. He's shooting threes, I guess. He's shot 13, he's made 4. And then Bilal would be kind of like that do it all type of wing. And then there's the Wizards trade. I guess let's check what people would like for Derek White as well while we're here. I know this is mainly more about the Embiid trade, but like if we're trading Derek White, I don't mind a trade like this where we get a nice 2-for-1. But Nick Richards has been really good for us. I don't want to do it. He's averaging 4 blocks per game per 36. So, but Jalen Duren just kind of dominated us. So I'm not gonna do that. I don't think. Tumani Kamara, no. Jalen Suggs. Ooh. Jalen Suggs. No. Drew, no. There's the Zubac trade. We can get Zubac just for giving up Derek White. If we do this trade, because also Smart for Chris Dunn is that's basically the same player right now. You could pick who you think is better. That is super intriguing. I want to look at all my options first. There's the Robert Williams trade. I feel like was there someone else on the Lakers that? Oh no, that was the Paul George team. Hold on, let me go back in there. We can get Zubac just for Derek White. That's something we're gonna definitely think about as we look at these last few trades. Malik Monk and Filipowski. Malik Monk would be great for offense off the bench, but I don't have a spot for Filipowski really. There's the Derek Lively. And the only reason I'm thinking about Derek Lively more than Zubac is because of what's the word? His agility and I feel like Derek Lively being younger, I feel like he's also a lot lighter, would be able to move more than Zubac would. Walker Kessler. See, I know Walker Kessler can't move his feet quick, although he's averaging 3.5 blocks per game per 36. He's hit a few threes, 3 for 10. What is this trade, bro? Brian. Okay. So this might be a thing where, let's look. Where's the Zubac trade? So Zubac is 12-12. Very good defender, but 7', 240. Again, I feel like he can't move very fast. But if we go and we look at Derek Lively, who's on the Brooklyn Nets? Oh, this is the Zach LaVine team. So maybe we do that, but instead, how much money do they need? Oh, we're just down a player. We give them. So if we're getting Zach LaVine, that means we give up one of the guards. Well, guys that are playing guard. And I feel like See, but if we take this trade to where we get Zach LaVine to start, that means Klay Thompson goes to the bench. Well, I'm not opposed to it, but I feel like Klay has done a lot of damage in the starting lineup. Again, I don't even know if they will accept this, but I guess let's try and give up Marcus Smart. I do want to get which of these picks is good, do we think? So the Bucks are good. All right, let's try for 2 first-round picks. Give the exception. Okay, I'll take away a pick. Interesting. All right, I wonder what Reverse Trade Finder would do for that, because that's a package that I'm kind of interested in, offense-wise and defense-wise. They want Joel and Herb. I'm not. If I'm doing this trade, I'm not giving up Herb Jones. Not giving up Ja. That's basically all of our wing depth. I wouldn't do that. And then this. But we get Gigi Jackson. Huh. Interesting. Instead of Herb again, I will give you Marcus Smart. Again, I think this is literally what we just tried. They want Gigi for Herb Jones. Herb Jones is not on the table. I could give you All right, so what? So if we're adding Zach, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players who would all get meaningful minutes. Oh, 8 because Hardy. So then this would bring us to 10. Am I willing to give up Tracy? I'm not. I'm not willing to give up Tracy. I mean, if you guys want, like, do any of those young guys make you happy? I don't like. Not really. How about DeLon Wright? I don't think any of these guys would do anything for them. What if we take away the pick? We're getting what they need. They're getting. I mean, they get to pair J-Dub, Aaron Gordon, Jordan Poole with Joel Embiid. I know I told you guys we were going to lose the trade. I'm willing to lose this trade if we can do it. They say no. That is so strange to me. Like, all right, I'm going to try and figure some things out. All right, I'm going to try and mess some things up. This is still the same trade where they're asking for Herb. Like, I don't want them to give me. You don't have to give me. Give me Gordon. Why is Gordon Hayward 2.5 star value? Why are all these guys such high value at the end of their bench? Okay. The last thing that I can think of is that I give up Tracy. I give up Tracy. They need to make up 13 million. I mean, why is everyone such high value for them? Like Gordon Hayward should not be such high value. And I don't understand why he is. Am I giving up a pick? The Bulls have who is on the Bulls? Let me see. The Bulls are they in the playoffs right now? They are. They're really good actually. Again, we're only 18 games in. Who is? Oh yeah, this team. Okay, so yeah, that team's good. I guess. I mean, there's no way I should be the one giving up a pick, right? Like, I just don't. But I've kind of convinced myself that I want to be able to get these guys on the team, unless we just do. You know what? You know who I also want on the team? I want Josh Hart on the team. So unless we do this, where Derek White, so we get Josh Hart, and they can get this, but then we've got to put GG Jackson to the Blazers. We still would be getting a player too much, so that means Marcus Smart goes to Portland. This proposal would have us spending an excessive amount at the small forward position. Who's at your small forward? RJ Barrett. I mean, I can make the guy a 2. Unless they want to do this and that. The Blazers are happy. I'm going to make Smart a shooting guard, and then I'll be back with this trade. Okay. All right. We are back. I don't remember. So the Trailblazers, so neither team is happy. You guys are getting, so hold on. The Nets would have Jordan Poole, Derek White, J-Dub, Aaron Gordon, and Joel Embiid with Claxton, Aaron Wiggins off the bench. I would give them this too. Our backup power forward. You guys would need Santi Aldama. Would I be willing to do that? I just traded for Aldama, bro. But then that means Josh Hart's our backup 4, unless we find something else that'll work. I'd rather let's try this, I guess, instead. Wow, that worked. They just wanted Tracy, and I was about to give them Santi Aldama. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now that I was not expecting to work that fast. Okay, so now we've got John Moran, Jane Hardy. Hold on, let's go by position, right? Point guard, fine. Jane Hardy's been fine as a backup. He's averaging 6 and 3. Amazing splits in the minutes he's played. Per 36, he looks great. Shooting guards would be so Josh Hart. Oh, someone has to stay as a shooting guard, and Josh Hart I feel like is going to drop. So let's do. No, actually, he was pretty good. Okay, so we'll have him be a 2 as backup 2. Or he should probably start, honestly. He should probably start. What is his defense? He's not shooting great. I know I saw that, but I wanted him on the team. Defense 86-78. That's really good. Now Herb Jones is going to be better, I'd hope. But the 3-point, 94-62. Josh Hart is about to start. I feel like we're going to be too small. No, we're going to be too small. Josh Hart has to come off the bench. If he's getting however many minutes, if he's getting 28 minutes off the bench, that's fine. But we've got do I want Herb to be a backup? I'm gonna have Herb be a backup for Derek Lively, Nick Richards. So we gave up Tracy, which I didn't like, but hey, I mean this team looks completely different now. I mean completely different. So now we've got Zach LaVine, Clay is not going to start anymore. So I'm going to do this. In case you guys haven't figured out, we're not doing another game in this episode next game. This is going to be the debut of our new players. I just want to make sure everyone is I'm going to give initiator to Josh Hart as well. I'm going to give the initiator to Josh Hart. What are we? Are we 7 or 7-9 now? Yikes. Okay. So Herb Jones, you're tired. I get it. I'm going to do these rotations off camera. John Collins is still going to start. And then this is what our team looks like now. This is how the team is going to look. Josh Hart is going to play a ton of minutes. He's going to play backup 2. He's going to play backup 3. He's going to play backup 4 probably, which means everyone else's bench minutes are going to be lower. But we need to have Jane Hardy playing because we need backup 1 minutes for Josh. So I'm going to do this stuff off camera. I'm going to do this stuff off camera, and then we will be back next episode for the debut of Zach LaVine, Josh Hart, Derek Lively, and that's it. Josh Hart, Derek Lively, Zach LaVine. I don't mind it. Thank you guys for watching. I know we made some big moves. Again, only 18. How many games? We are only 16 games for us into the season. We made some big moves. I think these are going to be the only moves you guys probably see for the rest of the season. I don't plan on making trades. The team is final. I think this team is great. I think they've got the offense. I think we've got the defense. I think we've got rebounding. I'm very pleased with how that trade went down. We didn't have to give up any draft capital. We gave up three rotational players and our 11th man, who was a first off the bench, for three, I think, other players that we need more and would be better with. So that is how we are going to end this episode. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe. Also go follow my main channel where we talk all things basketball. Today, we just released predicting over-unders for NBA teams' records, looking at the Bleacher Report article. So make sure you go watch that on my main channel. And then make sure you come back tomorrow for the debuts of Zach LaVine, Josh Hart, and Derek Lively.